All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game between Hawk versus Neutron. This game taking place here on Shattered Exile 2.02. For those of you guys who don't know the map, well, do not be afraid. I don't know it either. Taking a look at the map here, you can see that they are spawning full cross spawns here. Over here on the bottom right, it is more of a brown forest area. Meanwhile, over here on the top left, Neutron is spawning in the green forest area. And while we do see some very difficult red creep camps in the corners of the map, so based upon the number of expansions here, you can take a look. There is a decent expansion to the north of you, and then some battle golems, some interesting creeps that I don't get to see very often in the side. Well, a forest troll warlord, Hawk, my favorite player, so nice. Channel always, man. Thanks for joining in. Yep, looking to see how things are going to go down in this particular matchup. I do think that this is an orange creep camp. Yep, the two red creep camps are in the corner. The center has a tavern up on the high ground. There is a revenant and some level 5 creeps in the center portion here. All in this isolated area. Oh, this is only a 5-4, so down to the south, a little bit different than off to the north. So there are some slight differences off to the side here. There's Renegade Wizard, some enraged elementals as well. And we'll see what comes of this particular map. It seems like this map has a large number of creeping areas. So that is going to be good to note. The players will be able to get to high level. And we'll see what else is going to be coming in. Now, I made some comments yesterday about mass teleport, and I didn't think that I would actually get so much like, no, mass teleport is fine. Like, I think the mass teleport is something like the cooldown is something very, very fast, something in like I think it's less than 30 seconds actually. So my thought on mass teleport is only that at a 30-second cooldown, or however currently it is a little bit too fast. I'm not saying increase it to like a full minute and a half, right? But I do feel like once your opponent gets into mass teleport, well, there is a very, very little that you can effectively do against it. Yes, I do understand that human players, and I personally understand how human players have a harder time trying to get to level 6 on any of their heroes, because their heroes are not really, or the army composition isn't really engaged in trying to take out the other army at times, especially since they're often burst down so quickly. It's just part of the dynamics of the game. And well, some people feel that getting to level 6 on a hero should completely switch the game, while other people say it shouldn't. The big question that I have to say, or the big question I have there is that, well, no, yeah, the Warden is perhaps the worst example. How strong of a hero it is. It can control the game and the pace overall, while the Archmage itself is a hero that wants to try and lead the army as best as it can. An army of casters here. And wow, these, I don't know why, but Hawk's units seem a little bit more pink than blue. I don't know if it's a little bit of the map or not, or maybe my eyes are going crazy. How do you like the map? It is refreshing. It is going to be interesting to see how these games play out, though. The typical corner spawns is not too crazy as of a play, and there are a lot of expansions to be seen. And I believe because of the number of just creeps available on the map, the players were actually going to be able to get to level 3 pretty fast. This is forced cross spawns. Yeah, so forced cross spawns right here. Forest Troll Berserker will end up getting taken out. I don't believe this is an actual... Is it an actual 4-player map? Perhaps it is an actual 4-player map, as we're going to see another Forest Troll taken out, and then this rogue here. Archmage is sitting at level 3 already, has double Circlets of Nobility. So with that, and that Gauntlets of Ogre Strength +3, having +7 armor, that is rather high. We are looking at an expansion coming in from Neutron as well, as the Huntress now makes its way down. All right. So what is going to come across here. Forced cross spawns. We're going to see some wisp getting taken out here. There are a lot of different walkways, but not really that many different paths. There's a lot of locations, but it's not like there's long paths as there are as in on Terranistan. Terranistan is one of those where you have extremely long paths, and once you commit to one particular direction, you're pretty much walking along that same path for quite a while. That is not the case here on Shattered Exile. There is a lot of different paths that one player can take, and it looks as though Neutron going to go ahead and shut down another footman here. A footman completely entangled will end up getting taken out here, and well, the entangle is only at level 1, but with the Keeper of the Grove and some Huntresses there reinforcing was enough to finish it off. Keeper of the Grove Huntresses now make their way back off to the north. 34 supply compared to 32, as we are going into 2-base play, and well, taking the tier 2 by Neutron. No sign or indication yet from Hawk. Perhaps Hawk is unsure whether or not Neutron is going to be going into mass Huntresses. If the footman was actually able to run out over there across the map and scout that little bit of information, that would be exactly what he needs to know, especially as, well, we are getting that lumber mill to get an additional, perhaps, guard tower. All right, Huntress is already coming in alongside some archers, and here we are. Footmen are there to try and protect and defend. Hawk is playing a little bit on the back foot right now, trying to react to what his opponent is doing. Not sure what is going on here, and well, Neutron purposely comes across here, and well, it looked as though Hawk forgot to upgrade this to an arcane tower, and by forgetting to upgrade that to an arcane tower, well, ends up falling a bit behind. Forgetting to upgrade that to an arcane tower was absolutely huge. That arcane tower is so critical. Peasants really should be trying to repair this. I don't know why it isn't as of yet. One attack from that Keeper of the Grove could have been enough, but the Keeper of the Grove instead staff with teleportations off to the north here. We are getting up a scout tower with a second guard tower, or upgrading the guard tower and trying to get that second scout tower here. Water elementals now making their way over. Massive repairs, but as you know, Huntresses with that bouncing glaive still deals damage to those peasants, as that will add up quickly. Trents are now trying to make their way over, and the Keeper of the Grove, well, the human player Hawk trying to use the trees as a little bit of a defensive advantage, only to see those trees, well, pick themselves up out of the ground and start attacking. We're looking at level 3 to level 3. Archmage wants to continue to level up, but this is not looking very good. Orc must live. You haven't seen me since 2013. Where have you been? It's been 7 years. Well, as we're looking at the Archmage now making its way back across here. So Keeper of the Grove plus an Alchemist. The Keeper of the, the Alchemist showing up on the field is a bit of an indicator that Hawk has to know that his opponent has gone to tier 2 already. And based on that time, he knows that he's not going to get pressured with a large number of Huntresses just quite yet. We are looking at dual Ancients of Lore now, and dual Ancients of Lore, Ancient of Wonders coming into position, as well as the Archmage still wants to level up, but has not had the opportunity to do so. Tech to tier 2 nearly done. We're getting up some additional scout towers, as well as the Archmage is going to try and put some pressure inside the main base. However, Neutron's Ancient of Lores are already very well further along than expected, and that means that Neutron's Ancients of Lore are going to be in position to start training up those Dryads and perhaps abolishing those Water Elementals. Now, is Hawk, well, is he going to do anything here? He should be trying to use a Scroll of Town Portal. Huntresses get in a good surround here. How much damage can he really hope to do here? This one low hit point Huntress is going to perhaps get taken down. 1 or 2 more attacks. No. Archmage trying to back up all the way already. Gets entangled again. And Hawk really overstaying his welcome. Down to 117 hit points. Gonna go ahead and Scroll of Town Portal out, as this one particular Water Elemental tries to chase after a Huntress, well, while a Footman gets cleaned up. Back at the Arcane Vault, Archmage will heal up. Scroll of Town Portal has been purchased. Blacksmith is now done, getting up that, well, Rifleman upgrades, and now going into dual Arcane Sanctums as well. All right, interesting choice to go dual Arcane Sanctums and go for Rifleman at the same time. He needs to, well, perhaps get up a large number of units, get those production buildings up and running. Meanwhile, the Water Elemental going to take a bit of damage here. Archmage sitting at level 4. Mountain King going to pick up that Tome of Intelligence for extra 15 mana. Now, Alchemist most likely will be selling that Scroll of the Beast, and this is the pacing that I expected to see from a map like this. Both players have the option to creep or creep, and because of the large number of creeps, but you don't want to be creeping for too long because then you really don't know what your opponent is doing. So Hawk and Neutron both decided to creep a large portion of the map and then decided to engage against each other. Right after engaging against each other, they quickly decided to do a little bit more creeping. Are we going to see a drop there? All right, Huntress could get taken down. There goes one Stormbolt on another. Mountain King is already in position. Perhaps going to take down another Huntress right there. And the Mountain King still has plenty of mana and now goes in for a Thunderclap for that slow. Mountain King is in trouble. Does have a Talisman of Evasion, adding in a little bit of extra dodging for good measure. Stormbolt is going to finish off a Huntress. Oh, beautiful, beautiful Staff of Preservation dodge from Neutron to dodge that Stormbolt there. That was certain death for that Huntress, but is, well, able to teleport to get away. That was beautifully done. Spot on micro considering that distance right there. Alchemist sitting at level 2, still holding on to that Scroll of the Beast. I believe it will be sold as we are already getting bears with, well, Mastery or Initiate training. Tree of Eternity. Is this Mastery training? No, this is Adept training. We should be going into Mastery training shortly after, and that will be exactly what you need to see. As the Scroll of the Beast, 200 gold, might as well just buy or train up another bear by selling that Scroll of the Beast or close to it. Granite Golem going to be dealing a large amount of damage, and I don't believe Hawk actually knows how strong this one particular creep camp is. The Heretic also summoning up a couple of skeletons as well. That's going to be a problem. Mountain King down to 200 or 175 hit points, needs to back away. Another Footman going to get taken out. Granite Golem finally taken out, and it is going to be a Ring of Regeneration. That is a very low level item considering how difficult that level creep was. Let's take a look. It is a level 9 Granite Golem, unless the item was on the Archmage. No, it was just a Ring of Regeneration there. There was also a Mana Stone. Ring of Regeneration is very, very useful, but I thought it was a lower level item unless it was perhaps adjusted for this particular map. All right, we're going to be going into an engagement here. Continuing to fight. Mountain King going to try and engage. There is a Mana Stone. Mana Stone is a huge item on that Mountain King. That alongside level 2 Brilliant Aura, when you have that Mana Stone, all of a sudden, it feels like that Mountain King has, well, a Stormbolt. Are we going to, no Stormbolt onto that Druid of the Claw. A Stormbolt onto that Druid of the Claw while he was in Druid form could have been certain death right there. Druid of the Claw now getting a little bit slowed down as the Rifleman trying to back away. Alchemist diving in after that Rifleman as that gets taken down again. All right, more fighting getting underway, more Dispel Magic. Mountain King having plenty of mana. There's a Stormbolt. Staff of Preservation saves once more. Neutron saving all of his units for days. Mortar teams have been the main damage here. If the mortar teams can continue to fight from that back line, land those hits, the Dryad or trying to dodge mortar attacks is quite a bit difficult and is very intensive in terms of micro, as we're looking at the Rifleman continuing to fire around as well. Archmage quickly selling some items there and picking up some more, and that Mountain King with 975 hit points, but it's really going to be the story of how much mana that one Mountain King has. Mountain King with a very large amount of mana, especially with that Mana Stone and level 2 Brilliant Aura, could get off multiple Thunderclaps as well. Alright, units making their way back off to the north. Revenant of the Sea is going to get taken out. Tome of Agility. We are still looking at the Archmage sitting at level 4. Couldn't get to level 5 here. No, actually not going to get to level 5. We're going to get very, very close. Yep. 10 experience shy as we're looking at Neutron once again ready to push on in. Well, there goes a couple of roars as well. Staff of Preservation still available on both of those heroes. Arcane Tower quickly going to get taken out as well, it is focused down here. Oh, taking out the trees, actually opening things up for Hawk to be able to get there slightly faster. Mountain King comes in with a clap, and then Paladin is now in major trouble. Scroll of Town Portal not transferred over. And well, there goes that Paladin right there, unable to heal up fast enough. Mountain King down to 17 mana, already down out of mana after 3 quick Thunderclaps. Is he going to use that Mana Stone right now? Then this is the question to have. Use the Mana Stone and lose the permanent passive 25%. Mountain King could be in trouble. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability used in time. Are we going to see some more Thunderclaps? Yes, we are, but that is only level 2 Thunderclap, not level 3. And this and Thunderclap, as you remember, the damage was greatly reduced in the recent patches. Mountain King having a difficult time trying to fight back against all of these units. Staff of Preservation cooldown, just showing how strong it possibly can be as the units are just constantly taken out there. Staff of Preservation, well, frustrating players since 20 or 2003. Druids of the Claw able to just teleport back here. We are looking at multiple expansions by both sides here, but this has not yet been saturated. All right, going to be going into an engagement here, but Neutron seems to be able to pick off Hawk's units constantly in transit and starting to pull ahead with that advantage here. Paladin now out onto the field. Bears, Mountain King comes in with a Thunderclap again, trying to get in more damage. Mountain King, is he going to be able to get away? Paladin needing to retreat as well. Mountain King, well, perhaps going to get off another Thunderclap here. There's that Holy Light falling back to the towers. But Neutron is in dominant control of this game. Level 4 on the Keeper of the Grove, level 4 on that Alchemist. Actually losing in terms of experience just a little bit, but somehow coming out ahead constantly throughout these battles, even though he's the one putting pressure on his opponent and fighting without that home field advantage. Mountain King gonna go ahead and comes in with a Thunderclap right there, slowing down multiple units. Repairs now massively underway. Remember, Bears did get a slight upgrade recently as the Town Hall down to 100 hit points, and it will fall here in just a moment. Stormbolt goes down. Mountain King perhaps going to be able to finish off one bear. Finally gets a bear for all of his troubles, but loses the expansion in the process. Neutron has been doing a great job just attacking multiple locations, keeping Hawk constantly on the back foot there, and then minimizing how much he loses with those Staffs of Preservations early on. Now that we are looking at a Chimera transition, that sudden burst of damage is really going to shift things quite a bit. Granite Golem going to get focused down here, and well, you can see some Carrion Swarm also being blasted through, doing a lot of damage here. And I really think this corner expansion, let's take a look at what item is going to be dropped here. Is it going to be what type of a Mana Stone and what was it? Another Ring of Regeneration. All right, so that Mountain King regenerating more than 4 hit points a second, perhaps even up to 6. Give it to the Paladin, and that Paladin will pretty much never die. I do like that item, but it does seem a little bit weak off. Oh well, let's look at it another way. The level 9 creep drops a Mana Stone and a Ring of Regeneration. That seems like quite a good drop when you combine the two. I was, however, looking for a higher level item there. Keeper of the Grove has teleported down to the south here. Neutron now sitting at 90 supply. One bear gonna try and, well, continue to make its way here. Sundering Blades on the Knight, but there has not been any real mountain giants at all, as now the Alchemist now putting back pressure off to the north here. Hawk is just oversaturated this gold mine. We need to see some repairs on this Town Hall, otherwise it will get taken down. And the army is just trying to run along the hypotenuse between these two bases and still try and, well, stay alive here. Massive repairs underway. Town Hall does not have enough masonry upgrades to stay alive, as Neutron playing from the Orc playbook with those hit and run tactics, teleporting everyone back away. All right, this expansion is up and running still. It is Neutron with 3 bases. Meanwhile, it is looking at Hawk with 2 bases, and things are just not going well at all. All right, Hero, well, supply, 90 supply compared to 73. Slight advantage for Neutron right now, as there's going to be a battle over here. Mortar team going after the Tree of Life. Is the Tree of Life perhaps going to get taken down? As we see, the mortar teams are causing in a bunch of lobbing here. All right, in comes that damage. Is it going to be enough? Archmage does have its Scroll of Town Portal. Where are they going to land? There they are, right there. And in comes, well, do we see a Thunderclap? No, the Chimeras are all in position. 3 Chimeras making short work of all of Hawk's front line. And Neutron with the win. And although it was a very close score in the total, it really felt like Neutron was in the driver's seat of that game from the very beginning. I don't understand how Hawk had the higher unit score, which really doesn't make much sense to me, considering considering the fact that, well, Neutron had the larger army throughout much of the game. Yeah, 94 supply compared to 73. Maybe it was just Hawk producing units only to have them getting destroyed. Neutron played this one like Zerg and Brood War, StarCraft 2, constant attacks all over. Um, yeah, just well, yes. I actually thought it was much more like an orc player, being able to do constant hit and run tactics. The Keeper of the Grove actually looked like the Blade Master, being able to harass unfortified expansions very well. All it needed was himself, and all of a sudden those Ents, and it was major presence, being able to shut that down. And then once you tried to defend one location, the main army attacked another location. Your army is just running back and forth, and in that time, well, as I've said, time is a resource in these real-time strategy games. In that time, you end up wasting all of that, and by wasting your time just trying to get into position while your opponent then uses a scroll of town portal to pull back. So yeah, I don't know what, pulling off a Protoss maneuver, by being able to recall your units once you've done enough damage. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.